It's known locally as the gateway to the Dales. This point where the Leeds and Liverpool Canal forms a basin for barges that are now used for leisure rather than industry. The place is Skipton, a prosperous market town in the Yorkshire Dales that has something of a history. Holy Trinity Church was built in the 14th century and is the final resting place of a lady called Eleanor Brandon, who just happened to be the niece of King Henry VIII. Eleanor married the son of Henry's lifelong friend, the Earl of Cumberland. Probably the most impressive feature of the town is the castle. This was the home of the Cliffords. Their proud challenge, Désormais, henceforth, is carved above the battlements, and their flag flies above the watchtower. The castle dates from 1090, but little of the original structure remains, as it was largely rebuilt by the Cliffords after they took possession in 1309. The Lady Anne Steps commemorate Lady Anne Clifford, who was born here and made substantial restorations after the English Civil War. Provisions were an essential element for a defensive castle, and here, in the curing room, food was dried, smoked or salted. The muniment room is where important deeds and documents were kept. These are the newer of two kitchens that served the castle for 600 years. In the centre of the castle we find Conduit Court, so named because it was the termination of the spring water supply piped to the castle. The court is dominated by an ancient yew tree planted as a sapling by Lady Anne Clifford in 1659. The Great Hall is a magnificent structure and would be used for gatherings of the castle garrison and other events. There is a tradition that Mary Queen of Scots was temporarily held prisoner here, and perhaps she might have gazed out of this window in the withdrawing room. The garrison would get an early warning of impending attacks by keeping careful lookout from the watchtower. From the fighting chamber, a staircase leads to the dungeon, and it is easy to imagine how awful a place this would be. There is no suggestion of torture, but special prisoners would have been restrained with leg irons. During the English Civil War, Skipton Castle survived a 3-year siege and was the last fortress in the north of England to hold out for King Charles. Today, it is one of England's best preserved medieval castles.